It's been a long, exhausting day. Your troubles just won't go away. One thing that gets you through these is watching cheesy holiday movies. You think that you're above them, but you know that you love them. So get ready to listen. Now here comes Kevin and Kristin. Oh yeah.
Welcome to Remark. I am one of your hosts, Kevin Reagan, and with me is
your other host, Chris Finger. I use Chris this time. I keep switching up. People, you can call me Chris or Kristin. Kevin, back to you.
Okay, well, listen, I'm going to do what we now call our Mike Gregoric introduction. I have to take a deep breath to do this. Here we go. Julie Sherman Wolfe is an accomplished screenwriter of some of our favorite Hallmark films, such as holiday classics, Finding Santa, One Royal Holiday, and A Dickens of a Holiday, as well as regular classics, A Birthday Wish, The Perfect Pairing, which we'll definitely be talking about, and the Tyler Hines vehicle, Always Amore. She has two instant classics debuting this holiday season, including Hanukkah on Rye, which will air the first night of Hanukkah, Sunday, December 18th, and closing out the Thanksgiving weekend on Sunday, November 27th at 8 p.m., the highly anticipated A Holiday Spectacular. In her own words, she is a writer of Hallmark rom-coms, tween drom-coms, and scathing Yelp reviews, which I can identify with that. Please welcome WGA award winner and perhaps our new best friend, Julie Sherman Wolfe.
Hello. Thanks, you guys. That was a very nice introduction. I appreciate that. It makes me feel good.
That's all you. I mean, it was very easy to do.
It's all
nice
accolades that you have done in your life.
I'm just sitting here in my office. I don't hear all these nice things all the time. So I'm just
so cool.
Delightful.
You don't jump on Twitter while you're writing. Are you a disciplined writer so that you
I have an app called Freedom on my computer that basically you have to have the wherewithal to start the app. That's the hard part.
Yeah.
Like saying, okay, I'm ready. And then you start and there's nothing you can do about it. You cannot get on the internet. Like it's
wow.
gone. And so I keep my phone across the house in case I need to look up something.
Yeah.
But I don't even keep my phone in the room. That's when I'm really, really on a deadline. Generally, I don't need to do that. I can just get my work done.
Yeah.
There's at some point you just have to be able to do that because that's your job, right? Like you can't wait for the muse to come for this. You just have to do it because it's your job. So that's when I'm on a hard deadline, like rewrite this whole thing in 3 days, kind of a thing. So
oh my goodness. Because by day I'm a graphic designer and I have very sort of set design deadlines and stuff like that. I don't use that app and watch Supernatural in the background. Like I'm doing it very wrong.
That's hard. I mean, it's different though, because it's like you can hear words, right? And still design.
Yeah, exactly.
I can't hear other words. Yeah.
I'm a video editor and I'm the same way. If I can't even do music unless it's got no lyrics in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's funny because my two little side hobbies are editing things and graphic design.
I told you we're best friends.
Yeah.
Great.
I know. I have a secret Etsy store of graphic design and I'm not telling you which one.
Oh.
You'll never.
Yes.
It's super anonymous. There's no way. But it's for like
Kevin digs
it's for
deep.
people go. It's for Disney cruises and stuff like that.
Okay. Are you a big Disney fan?
We are. Yes.
Okay.
My husband and I got engaged at Disneyland.
Oh, cool.
My first sale of a feature length was to Disney Studios. It was a rom-com.
Yeah.
And, my husband was a Jungle Cruise skipper back in the day.
That's awesome.
And his mother danced at the Golden Horseshoe at Disneyland. So we have a whole Disney thing. Yes. I'm not loving it right now because of certain people in charge.
Yeah.
We just went down. We just were at Disneyland and it was not the same. So I'm a little bit, and we're literally going on a cruise soon, but like, I mean,
now that you're on this side of the country, do you go down to Disney World as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. My son basically grew up at Disneyland. We were about an hour and a half drive and we had passes and the whole thing and he was there all the time.
Yeah.
This is more of you have to make a trip, right?
Yeah.
You have to actually decide you're going to fly down there. So, but we love it. We do like going.
I love it too. I have not been down since they added so many more stuff. I don't have children, so it'd just be me going for myself.
I mean, we went before we had our son. all
Yeah.
the time. Yeah.
Yeah. Big
Yeah,
time.
I was there in March, so I can attest. It's always it's a blast. But man, what a weird the weather. Are we going to talk about weather? It seems like a
Oh,
boring thing,
I
but
love to talk about weather.
it started. It was almost 30 degrees. We were all wearing winter
In
coats.
Florida?
Yeah, in that morning,
Awesome.
it was brutal. And
I
then
would love that.
we took everything back to the car somewhere around noonish, maybe 1, because it had jumped way up to about 70, 75. And it was like, what is happening?
I can't take the humidity. So like,
Yeah.
I just
No.
pray. It's just, that's all I pray for when we go down there, is that it's just not horrible.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Anyway. Anyway, yes, Disney.
Yeah.
In general.
We definitely wanted to kind of get into a little bit of the nitty gritty of you and your work here. I'm very curious about. I've read a couple interviews where you talk about being on set. Are you typically on set for any of these films?
It's sort of like a fun activity, but I'm not required to be there. Like, but by the time they start shooting, my work here is done.
There's no
There would,
rewrites.
if there was anything to be done, it would be, okay, well, it's this whole outdoor scene has to be moved indoors because it's raining. So can you tweak it? But that's not something I need to be there for. I can just,
Yeah.
I can send it like I send everything else, just an email. So it's really, for me, it's just fun to be able to go and, because that's the magic, right? Is seeing
Yeah,
the
you
whole
get to
thing
watch
on its
your
feed
art,
and watching
yeah.
them film, and then it's really fun for a few hours, and then it's really boring because the set, the set is boring. if
Yeah.
you're not doing anything. Like,
Yeah.
so I still really enjoy it. And I love meeting everybody that's doing it, and they're shooting something of mine in about a week in Vancouver, but it's airing for next fall, and I'm dying to go up there, and I can't fit it in.
I have a crazy question. Is a part of that project?
She can't answer that.
I know. Just said to us that
No, you shouldn't say that either.
I'm the
cannot
worst. This is
say
why
yes.
I'm an improviser, and
I'm not allowed to, I don't say nothing about nobody
Yes.
until Hallmark tells me I can.
Yeah, when do you know though, Julie? Like when you are writing, sitting down, do you know who's going to be in something, or is that no?
Well,
Okay.
okay. When you get greenlit, there's prep, and so I usually do another draft, like a polish before. So then I sometimes I'll figure out who it's going to be. So like the one they're shooting next week, I knew who it was going to be for the female lead, and I love her, and I know exactly how she will play stuff. So I got to do a pass. Having her in my head. So it definitely helped that last time. But generally when I'm, first writing and outlining, in my mind, these are just characters that I've created that now exist in my head.
Okay.
They are separate people from anybody. Like they're just new people.
Yeah.
And then somebody asked me today, actually, like, how do you even still do these and tell different stories for the same, for Christmas? And I said, because it's different people,
right,
it's different characters. And that's the whole thing. It's like, yes, it can be as tropey as I've done, which is a Christmas tree lot or any of that. I can do all those, but it's not about that. It's really how this character that you're creating is dealing with all this stuff. And that's what I try to do to make it, less predictable. Yeah. Or at least just a little more fun, because everyone knows how it's going to end, and everyone, how many Christmas movie bingo cards are there? I mean, obviously there's definitely everyone knows what goes in one, which is funny though, because Holiday Spectacular has almost none of the Christmas bingo. I looked at one card and I thought maybe there's like 2 or 3 out of the whole thing.
Oh, fun. But I will say a lot of these ones that we've watched, even just this year, have maybe like half the amount of tropes.
Yeah, because we have.
Oh, Kevin feels differently.
Yeah, I maybe. I feel like we've become not immune to them, but like I forget what some of the tropes are. I mean, Chris and I've made up some very bizarre, weird tropes, like climbing and falling off of ladders. So anytime a ladder.
Oh well, that's the cat. The sexy catch, right?
Yes.
Sexy catch. I put in a script. Something. She fell, and I wrote a whole scene about ice skating. And I said, please, I don't want to do the scene where she is falling and he catches her. And they did it anyway. Like on the day, I wasn't there. I was watching the movie, and there's, him catching her. And I'm like, I'm going to hear this on all the podcasts, like on all the, but I know people do like it. It is what it
They
is.
do. And I think I love your journey of sort of like, these are all completely different characters. And that's something Kevin and I both perform improv at Comedy Sports Philly here in Philadelphia.
Oh, I love that.
And that's the favorite thing that I love about improv, is that it is always different, even though we're using the same tools and essentially like tropes, but we're playing different people.
We're playing different people.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's the best part of it, is we get to see, like, we could get the same suggestion, we could do almost the same scene, but if as a different person, it changes immediately.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly it. And would you like to know the horrible name of the improv troupe that I was in college?
Yes.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Nuts and Dolts.
Oh, that is horrible.
Isn't that terrible?
So that was at college you did that?
Yeah. I did stand up in college, and
Yeah, I know you did it. I wanted to talk a little bit
yeah.
about that. Do you miss doing stand up?
No, it's funny. So do you want to hear my okay, this is the origin story. Are you ready?
Yes.
I said this on the podcast though, so I'm sorry, this is particularly original, but I was always a writer, but you know, back in the day before internet was like, it was like message boards. I'm aging myself. So you don't really think like I can write for television. Like, it just doesn't even, it's not even part of your thinking about being a writer, is that I can go write screenplays. Like, I didn't live in LA, you know, it wasn't in my world. So I was in San Diego. I was just gonna be like a copywriter, and I got a job as a copywriter, and I was also doing stand-up at the time. And like, you know, at 11:30 at night at the Comedy Store, like, I wasn't particularly successful at it. I just was doing it.
Right.
And it was just one day. And on the same exact day, I got laid off from that job during downsizing in the 90s. In the early 90s. And then I got dumped on the same day by my college boyfriend. Okay. So it's literally the same day. And I'm like, well, this fucking sucks. And so I went, and I was supposed to do stand up at like 11:30 that night. I'm like, ugh, I do not feel very funny right now, but you know what? I'm going to go anyway. So I went, and the headliner was Rich Scheidner, who has been around forever. He was a sitcom writer, and we're talking. He's like, wait a minute, you're a writer and you're a funny chick, is what he said.
Oh,
And
fantastic.
That was fine back then. It was the
I know, it
90s.
was fine back then. And he said, why aren't you in LA writing sitcoms? That's what he said. And it was literally like, if there's ever an epiphany, you know, light bulb moment of my life, that was it. And I moved up to LA, didn't know anybody, lived, you know, right off Sunset Boulevard, and shared my driveway with hookers and drug dealers. And
they've got stories. They have stories to tell.
Oh, I used to have to flag down the pimp to have the hooker move the client's car so I could go to work.
Yeah, you don't put this into your scripts,
This
Julie.
isn't in any of the Hallmark movies we've seen.
None of that is Hallmark.
If we suddenly see one where it's just someone asking for a car to be moved, we know.
That's right. That's right.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
The moving to Connecticut 25 years later would be the Hallmark part of that story.
I absolutely love, because oh boy, I also did stand up, and I was called, you're a pretty funny chick. So yeah, thanks everyone in the early 2000s, late 90s.
Yeah. In the sitcom world too, it used to be like, well, we already have one funny girl in the writer's room, so sorry, you don't get this job. And I actually got one time, we already have a redhead. And I'm like,
because you all seep the same ideas, only redhead ideas.
We're all so sassy in the same way. This guy didn't, I mean, he was a newbie. It was just and you're not supposed to tell them why they aren't getting the job. So it was really funny because he didn't know to lie.
Oh my God, I
love it. He basically said we already have like one, you know, what he said was we already have one outspoken, kind of loud redhead.
Fantastic.
And I'm like, all right. So going back to I'm just going to go back to what I was doing, which was writing romantic comedies.
Yeah.
Do you ever miss like a writer's room? I mean,
that's where this whole story came from. So you asked if I missed stand up. I didn't miss it because in the writer's room, you're basically just doing stand up all day and trying to make everybody laugh. And then I got whatever I needed from that in the writer's room, just you know, kibitzing and making people laugh. And it felt like you were doing stand up for 8 hours a day anyway. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I just never felt the need. I mean, maybe after I retire from writing, I'll get up there and do like mom joke, you know, mom stand up.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
But, or like, you know, I'll do just a whole set about Hallmark for the rest of my life and it'll be great. But probably not.
I don't know, man. You might get like an HBO special on just your Hallmark material.
Tales of the Hallmark, like what? No, it's called. You can't put that in this script. The Julie Sherman Wolfe story.
Amazing.
I'm wondering as a writer who, and I'm not talking specific to Hallmark movies, but when you watch any movie, can you see like essentially studio notes or?
Oh my God, totally.
Yeah,
totally, absolutely. Because there'll be a line that's so expository and just stupid, and you're like, well, someone gave a note.
Yeah.
That you got to put a line in to explain this, because it's like okay, I'll tell you, the one I hate the most is so easy, and I hate it. It's when two characters are in the room in the beginning of the movie, and the girl goes, well, I don't know about that, sis.
Oh yeah.
Nobody calls their sister sis.
No.
And it's a cheap way to get that out, that you're sisters.
Yeah.
And I hate it. That drives me nuts. More equally hating the empty coffee cup.
Yes. Julie. Okay.
Empty
so right
paper.
now,
I should say paper coffee.
Yes, paper coffee cup.
Right now, I'm directing a show at Comedy Sports called Hallmarkable, where we're improvising a full.
Oh my
Hallmark
God.
movie.
Really?
Yes.
That's awesome.
So one of the props that I ordered off Amazon, are just red and green empty cups. And we've been working on our how to hold an empty cup inappropriately. Like it's
genius.
Yeah.
That's totally
We're
it.
also having the leads change their pea coat every scene that they do. So there's an coat
that's
that they're in.
just the way it is. But like, as far as the network thing, it doesn't, it's also my job. Now, that being said, it's also my job if I get a note to try and get it in there, get it, whatever it is in there without it being so obvious, not just being, because it's sort of the easy way out to just do exposition.
Yeah.
I mean, I hate it. Like, I hate voiceover. I think I don't like that way either.
Yeah.
There's a little voiceover in the beginning of Holiday Spectacular, but it's absolutely necessary.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. So Holiday Spectacular almost looks like a quasi period piece. I mean,
it absolutely is. Yeah.
Jumping through time, and
Yeah.
it is a great point to bring up that Philadelphia plays a huge part. Well, I guess a part, because I would imagine New York plays a huge.
That's where she
part.
comes from, but we're still seeing her family throughout the movie, and that's where we're seeing them. They did a great job making it that kind of lush, beautiful mansion that it would have looked like back then. It looks amazing. It looks so good. So I think it looks like a feature film. I think the way that it looks, just and I did see it on a big screen at Radio City, and I felt like it didn't seem like a TV movie. And I know I'm biased because I wrote it, but
Right.
I think it looks amazing.
When you do get to see the final product, do you at some point while watching it kind of lose the remembrance, like, oh, I wrote this, and you get to just enjoy it? Or when you sit and watch them, are you like, oh, I should probably have changed that line? Or
I don't usually regret any of the dialogue. It's mostly like I always, watching Holiday Spectacular with 1,000 people was very stressful, because I'm like, I want to make sure these jokes are going to play, and that they get the character stuff, and they get all the jokes. And so for the first probably half hour, I was just, and I kept asking my husband, is this good or not? Is this good or not? I'm like, I don't, and then as the audience started reacting and getting really, really into it, I started feeling more comfortable, and I was really enjoying hearing the moments that people were really reacting to that I was hoping they would, which is great. And then my 13-year-old son actually got a little, you can mist it up a little bit, which is unheard of.
Yeah.
And so then I'm like, okay, well, this is going to work, I think, because even I had the two guys next to me, my husband and my son, and they were both, this.
Yay!
So I think it's good. And there's a lot. So the reason I love this is because it has the whole period piece thing, but there's also there is a lot of humor and a lot of really good, dramatic moments from everybody.
I think that's what sort of makes some of the most successful ones, is that they're real, because there are moments of drama in life, moments of comedy, and you go on this roller coaster instead of just and that's where your writing comes in and makes these so fun to watch. And then you're like, oh, this is so because Kevin and I like these because we do know how it's going to end, but the journey getting there is so fun, because that's what changes, right? We know A to B, but what happens between is it's so joyful getting to watch these.
Yeah, all that character growth. Yeah. Was this the first time you had ever been in Radio City Music Hall?
I went to the Rockettes show, years and years ago,
Okay.
but it was a completely different experience when you're shooting there. And
Yeah.
so we went and saw the show again, the whole Hallmark team, a year ago. And, we're sitting there, we had, great seats, and we're sitting there, and then the head of the whole thing was sitting next to me and just whispering all this cool, fun facts into my ear. And then, while we're watching it. So that was just really fun because you're watching it. It's like mysteries, not mystery. What was that show? Pop-up video?
Yes.
It was like
Pop-up
having
video
little
on
facts.
the,
It was like having the little facts pop up in my ear. And that was very cool. And then just going there and shooting the movie and walking in there, and you're on that stage, and it's just surreal. I still sort of can't believe that happened. We're in there, and I'm standing on the stage, and here comes some Rockettes, and here comes Anne Margaret, and here's Jan Brady, it's like, so it's just, it's still, and then the premiere was beyond, like, I still don't think I fully processed that whole entire experience, because that was just crazy. That
looked amazing.
We went from, this one meeting to it's on the marquee and and they haven't had a movie premiere in 40 years there. And it was just,
wow.
It was something. I mean, it was great. It was like it was definitely, wedding, baby born.
Top three.
Yeah.
Top three.
Yeah. I noticed the dog was not mentioned in that list. So
I mean, we love her, but it's top 10.
Yeah.
It's in all of it.
Yeah, you have to expand that a little bit.
Yeah.
We're very much looking forward to it. You had said a little bit earlier about, this is basically, in your bias, but a theatrical film. When we watched The Perfect Pairing, Chris and I remember it a little bit more than Chris, because she also tried to drink all of the Hallmark bottles that night.
Oh, do you see my little collection down there?
Oh, do you have it? Oh, you
Yeah.
do? Yeah.
I chugged a whole bottle of Joy that night. And
I haven't even, Perfect Pairing wine is actually really good.
yeah.
It's
Well,
considered
here's
a
what's
dessert
funny.
wine.
We all of us ordered the
Right.
Perfect Pairing wine, and I think they
Sold
didn't
out.
realize how many folks would order it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like Mike and us, we got like free of other flavors instead of the Perfect Pairing one. But eventually we got it. But like, I think so we wouldn't be.
I don't think they thought
sober.
that many people would do it, but I'm missing some now. I don't have the cans, and I don't have I think there's some fall ones I'm missing. No one's, by the way, no one's giving me these. Like, they're not giving me free wine. I have to buy them.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
There's a new one
Come on,
this
give me
year
some wine.
that I'm definitely gonna get. I asked Hallmark on somewhere on Twitter, like, what movie should I pair this wine with? I haven't gotten a response, so I'll just might pair.
Well,
it with all
obviously,
of them.
it's the Holiday Spectacular.
There
Yeah,
it is. That's the
obviously.
one.
And for the Hanukkah movie, you would be pairing the Manischewitz.
All right,
but that's-
fine. You don't have to tell me
I'm the
twice.
only one in this household who enjoys Manischewitz. Everybody else.
I love it. It's so sugary.
I love it too. And it makes you so hungover. It's
Oh, because of all the sugar. Absolutely.
terrible.
I love it.
That's
right.
amazing.
I do want to play a game, if you would bear with us for this.
Sure.
This is a game. Yeah. It's,
Okay.
I've played this with Kristin before. She's absolutely terrible at it. And
I have a terrible memory. So if this is one of those, like, what's your favorite something, it's going to be terrible.
No, it's not trivia. Like, that stuff's hard. No, this is, I like to take the movie titles of Hallmark movies and then mix in a fake movie title and see if you can figure out which one's the fake one.
Okay.
So I call it real like a blue spruce or fake like a Balsam Hill spruce. It's artificial. Julie, do you want to go first? It's dealer's choice.
You go
totally
first and fail, whatever you need.
I'll go first. Yeah.
Okay.
Great. Hit me.
All right, I'm going to list 3 movies. You tell me which one's fake.
Okay.
The Mistletoe Promise, Christmas Wishes and Mistletoe Kisses, and Mistletoe Town.
Mistletoe Town.
That is correct.
Ding, 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 ding.
Chris, you're going down. Yeah.
All right.
So, yeah, Mistletoe Promise was 2016 with Luke McFarlane and Jamie King. Christmas Wishes and Mistletoe Kisses was 2019 with Joel Wagner and Matt Davis. Kristin,
Yes.
are you ready?
Of course I am.
Mistletoe Over Manhattan, The Sons of Mistletoe, or Mr. Mistletoe?
Yeah, The Sons of Mistletoe.
No, that's
a real
one. That's from
I would've-
2001.
I would have guessed that too, Kristen. I would
I
have
just
guessed. Sons of
pictured a whole
Mistletoe.
bunch of Sons of Anarchy like kissing
Yeah.
under mistletoe.
Yeah.
Now I wanna see
would have
that.
guessed. I would have said that. I would have.
All right. Well, Julie's already up. So
Yeah.
how about this? That was round one. Here's round two.
Okay.
Julie.
Yeah.
Jingle Bell Princess, Jingle Bell Blues, or Jingle Around the Clock?
Jingle Bell Blues.
Oh, you are correct. That's right. Very good.
I don't know why I don't know why.
It's random things that we are good at guessing.
Completely random. All right, Kristin, you ready?
Yes.
You got to get this. I mean, we'll still do the third round, but you still have to get this. It's going to be embarrassing if you don't. Well, how can you have a show about Hallmark, Kristin, when you don't know these titles?
This is you're making it embarrassing.
I know. I try to make it more stressful.
Hundreds of movies, though. You can't know all of them. Okay, go.
Operation Gingerbread Man, Operation Cupcake, Operation Christmas.
I think it's Operation Gingerbread Man.
That's correct. That is the fake one.
There you go.
All right, it's tied. Oh, it's not tied. It's not tied. In fact,
No, it's not.
We'll still have Julie go first, but if Julie doesn't get this, Chris, you could tie, and I don't have a tiebreaker, so we're just going to go.
That's fine.
Right.
Julie, Mr. Santa, Meet the Santas, and Finding Santa.
Well, the fake one's totally Finding Santa. No, okay. So what are the first two again?
Mr. Santa and Meet the Santas.
Mr. Santa.
That's correct. Kristin cannot possibly win. But Chris, do it anyhow. Ready?
The penalty kicks. Okay, go ahead.
Santa Jr., Santa Claus, or Annie Claus is coming to town.
Listen, because that one sounds fake, it's real.
It is real.
And what was the first one? Something.
Santa Jr. or Santa Flaws?
Yes, Santa Jr.
Santa Flaws.
That was like FLAWS.
Yeah, that's my Delco accent. I apologize.
Yes. We have
got a lot of
weird
flaws
accent
as
out
Santa
here.
does.
Oh man.
Right.
Wait, can I
That's
blame your
fun.
accent? I thought you said something else.
That was fun. I feel the Philly accent, it sounds to me a lot like the Baltimore.
Yeah.
Because my grandmother was Baltimore accent. And Jolie, like that, you know.
Oh yeah.
It's Grandma Francis. That's
Yeah,
like,
we sound ridiculous talking. It's not a very posh accent.
I like all accents. And I'm one of those people that I don't mean to, but if I did it in England where I started sort of Madonna-ing myself by accident and I couldn't help it. It was so.
That's my biggest thing. Kevin knows if I get on stage doing a Southern accent and someone starts doing something that's different, I will begin doing the other accent.
You
Maybe it's an improv person thing. Maybe we just are sort of wired that way to sort of switch.
We're like, I'm supporting your choice.
It's very yes and. Yeah. Oh yes, I will also do your accent. Yeah.
Yes, I will.
But I will do it terribly. That's the end part.
When I'm with my friends that are all from Long Island, I definitely start getting into that. Yeah.
That's a fun one though. So.
Very.
Do you sit in on auditions and such?
Not really. I mean, I know who's auditioning, and sometimes someone will ask my opinion, but I certainly don't really have
the most awkward thing in the world. Like auditioning itself is awkward, but being on the other side is the worst.
It's probably hard.
Yeah. I hate both sides, but I also love it too because I keep doing it.
Yeah.
The worst. It's the worst.
Actually, I was not a good actor. I was really good at cold reading. And then when it came down to actually acting.
So did you fool people at auditions? Because they're like, wow,
yes,
Julie's really crushing this.
I did. And then they'd find out the hard way. But at Groundlings, that's what happened. They were like, yeah, you're done. Like there's nothing else you can do here because you're either a writer or you're done. Because I couldn't do it. I couldn't go any farther. We did that.
I think I'm the opposite because I've sat down to try and write. I've done some sketch comedy, and my partner Shannon DeVito, when I write, is like, "I'm gonna fix this." I'm like, "Yeah, you fix this. I'll go perform this."
I mean, we all have our strengths, and that's
That's what it is. Yeah, we're always so appreciative because we know we're just this little podcast people that do these things, but when y'all come on, it just brings us so much joy. We love these movies. And whenever our first season, I like referring to our seasons as seasons.
Yes.
It makes us
Who
feel
I think
important.
we are. But season 1, we had like a guest or two on, and like a lot of them were folks that had never had to watch these. And we told them, we're like, do not hate watch these.
Oh,
Watch
yeah.
this legit. Don't come on here and bitch about them, because Kevin and I.
No, I don't mind the bitch so much. It's just a matter of like, if you hate watch it, you're gonna hate it, and that's
We
like,
hate it.
I mean,
Oh,
you can always find something. Listen, you ever watch the guy who does the pitch meeting on
oh, the
YouTube?
best, Ryan
Right?
George.
So
Yeah,
every movie has huge plot holes
Absolutely.
and flaws to find, and like even my favorite movies have plot holes and
Right.
stuff. You can always find something wrong if you want to, and there are podcasts that do that about
Yeah.
Hallmark, and that's their shtick, and it is what it is. You know,
Yeah.
we're like. But I like going on these, and you guys are great, because I honestly love doing these, because like you're doing the kind of the heavy lifting of social media and getting everything, getting people excited about everything. And it seems like a nice community. There's such a nice community of people that are kind of in this Hallmark this world. Like, I feel like you guys are part of that. That's what makes it such a juggernaut now, is like,
Yeah.
you know, I feel like I knew who you guys were, and, you know, everyone kind of just knows what's going on. You know, what I
you're
mean?
very engaging. You're very approachable in social media, and when your movie is airing, obviously,
And then I disappear.
which is fine. That's the
don't
way
know.
it should be. If everybody was like that, the world would probably be a better place. But
I made a reel for the Rockettes movie, and it took me forever to
Yeah.
make that. And I'm like, how do people do this like 2-3 times a day? I can't.
Yeah.
And you're right. This Hallmark sort of universe, Kevin and I refer to it as like a Marvel cinematic universe. It's like
Yeah.
a Hallmark cinematic universe. And
Right.
therefore it has a niche group of folks that love it.
Right.
And it is a community, because there's these people that I chat with on Facebook and stuff now that I never would have
wouldn't
before.
know. Yeah.
And now we're all going to ChristmasCon in a few weeks. And
Oh, I'm
get
going to
meet
that. Are you
them
going
in
to the
person.
Jersey one?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be good. I get to meet you guys. I'm going
I
to that.
won't be there. Oh,
Kevin's lame, and his daughter's birthday is that weekend.
Whatever.
Well, have
I'll
fun.
be
You
there.
guys have fun.
I did it the
Yeah.
first year, and then COVID, and then now I'm gonna go back and do I think whatever day the panel is gonna be. I don't know. What
Oh,
day.
awesome.
Well, they asked me if I wanted to sell something at ChristmasCon. I'm like what? I don't know. It's like
I have an Etsy shop that might be
no,
interesting.
that's digital. That's all digital. I don't know what to sell that's physical. I one time, I guess one writer like printed out like script covers of their.
Oh,
their script,
really?
but
Oh, and then what? They
they
sign them?
I wouldn't feel. I don't know. Yeah, but I don't know.
No, it's
I don't need to sell anything. It's fine.
just print out get a glamour shot, like the most awkward JC Penney glamour shot, and
Yes.
sign those. Have it so glossy.
You
can't
can
even tell it-
I'll send you the picture we all did, and you can just sign
There you
those. And be like, who are these two idiots above you?
I had I did one red carpet years and years ago, and for whatever reason, the picture that they put on the Getty Images site was like the guy was basically laying on the ground and taking a picture from the bottom up. And I had just had my kid, and I was like, it was like chins everywhere, and I just looked. Ugh. And then for so long, if you looked on Comcast on one of my movies and hit info, and sometimes I would be there, and it would be that picture.
Oh,
So I finally found, we tracked them down. It took me like a year
Yeah.
to track down who's actually in charge of that. And I'm like, can you just please like use my actual like headshot or something?
Right.
It's just so awful. Like I just was like,
God.
I'm not vain, but I didn't want every
Yeah.
single person. Like I had so many people calling me and going like, hey, have you seen your picture?
Oh,
Like, have you seen it? Do you know about that horrible picture? I'm like, so
you're like, I'm aware. Thank
I think they
you.
fixed it.
Julie, that's the one I would print out and I would sign then.
Nobody
I would.
wants a listen, nobody wants a headshot sign from of a writer.
I don't know.
I don't think that's true.
I do have the Christmas Spectacular like script
Yeah,
cover.
sign those.
You
Aw.
should.
Yes, I'm not selling it though.
Oh,
I don't know. It just seems untoward. I don't know.
untoward.
Untoward. Last Comic-Con, I accidentally took Jonathan Bennett's phone for like 2 hours. It was in my purse.
Amazing.
And he was like looking for it. And I'm just standing there and I have it in my purse. And I thought it was my phone. And finally I look in my purse after I left, like went somewhere else. There's 2 phones in my purse.
You're like,
So
who's?
that's
Hello?
me. And that's our fun. That's our fun thing together.
Oh, I love it. Well,
That's
hopefully
so
he gives you his phone again.
I have his number. I mean,
Oh, his number.
I've wanted to, we keep saying we want to try and it's hard. You always say you want to do something with
Yeah.
actors or whoever.
With
It's just really hard to
particular,
make
yeah.
it. It's just hard to make that work a lot, so.
I met his husband last year at the Jersey Con, and
Yeah.
it was like I was starstruck because I follow both of them on social media.
Yeah, they're awesome.
And just as a queer identifying human being, I was like, thank you for
they're
being
awesome.
who you are. Like it was a really cool moment to meet
Yeah,
them.
it's really, I love them. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun being at these things and just hanging out with everybody.
Just waiting in the lines. That's half of it. You're waiting in these lines to get like a 2-second photo, but then you make forever friendships with these weirdos that are in line with you.
And drama to me was really, really fun too, except for the getting COVID part. But
yeah, we did it.
Yes. I'm very much looking forward to this. Are there any movies you're looking forward to that aren't your movies? They don't even have to be Hallmark.
Actually, well, anything that Nina Weinman or Tracy Andreen write, because those are my work wives, and we always, those are the two ladies I will always make time to watch, which is always.
Yeah.
And then of course I'm gonna watch The Three Wise Men and a Baby, because I have,
yes, of course.
Honestly, I don't watch a lot of them because I'm always worried that I'm gonna internalize something.
Yeah.
And because I've had that happen to me by other, you know what I mean? And
of course.
So I sort of just steer clear if I can. I don't want to know. I don't want to accidentally steal something.
I get that. Yeah. Did you? You said Tracy Andreen. Did you happen to see their last film? I believe it was called Two Tickets in Paradise.
I've got 2 tickets to paradise.
They aired that at Rama Drama. So yeah.
I only did that.
why
Yeah,
you
I only
brought
did
that
that
up.
because I play a thing right every time we say that title, and it just makes me so
we play
happy.
the song, but we can't play that song. So our friend did the song for us.
Oh, I can't
so
wait
that
to
we
see
can
this.
play it.
That's fantastic. I felt terrible that I was there and she wasn't, so I had her on FaceTime and I'm like, look at it, listen to
Hey,
her.
look, your movie's happening.
Yeah, I was doing that. I had and made sure all the actors were saying hi and stuff. But it was like, yeah, she should have been there. So
We loved it. We also, I think Kevin created the Pavy Gravy hashtag. Pavy
I think it was
Gravy.
out of that. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's listen, you could not work again and that could be your legacy.
Oh man, I didn't think to
That would be
trademark it.
I mean, just quit it all and just that's your leg. That's it. You're done.
That'd be great. It'd be great.
I mean, I really should retire after Radio City, but I can't. So
Aw.
No
children,
way.
all
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, you said you'll go back to stand up when you retire. I want to see you do stand up, but I also don't ever want to see you retire. So
I give it a few more years.
yeah.
I'm enjoying myself.
Yeah. What a
Well, we
ride.
can't wait to see him. And I'm proud of Kristin for not trying to get herself into one of your films while we did this interview. Because
Well, Kristin, you're not Canadian, so that's not
That's
like
the problem,
that's the problem.
Julie.
I mean, if there's ever anything again that I'm involved in Connecticut and you can get up here, then I might be able to, but I don't know when that may be, but I will,
This is perfect. I have your promise and Tyler Hines' promise. So between the two of you,
yeah.
you can't say it's a promise.
It's not a promise.
It's
It's whatever.
None of them were.
It's a prom-ish.
Fine.
Let's call it that.
I'll hold
Yeah.
your coffee.
Listen.
That's as far as I want to get into these movies. Just holding someone's coffee.
Julie, the Christmas Promish. I think you
Promish.
have your movie for next
But then,
year.
then I'm thinking about a prom. Now I'm thinking about a school dance.
This is also a period piece, but it's a smaller period. It's only 10 years.
But what I love, both of my movies this year are very New York centric. That's what's cool. So I like that. I like how it worked out like that. So.
That's awesome. That's
Awesome. I do want to give you a minute to plug, obviously, your movies, your Etsy store, if you do want to come around to doing that.
Never.
Never.
Fine.
That's my secret shame.
So we have November 27th, we have Holiday Spectacular, and then on December 18th, we have Hanukkah on Rye. You can email us at remarktheshow@gmail.com, and you can follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Remark the Show. So there, that was super easy.
When I'm on Instagram, it's Julie Sherman Wolfe, but I'm not good at staying on.
You are. That I saw a million pictures of your dog, and that's all I really want to see on Instagram.
I try not. It's not good. Twitter's Sherm Wolf at Sherm Wolf. I'll live tweet that night, by the way.
Yeah.
I'm having people over, but I'll still be on there.
Yeah, we'll be live tweeting. We'll be there.
Julie, thank you so much for doing this. This was super awesome.
It's so fun, you guys. Thank you so much. I had a great time. I wish it could be longer.
Well, you're welcome back whenever.
Thanks.
Please, we'll be amazed to watch any of your new movies, but do you have anything like that you're working on right now that we get to see maybe soon?
No, because I think
Okay.
what they're shooting now is for fall. I think we're shooting something in the winter for next winter.
Okay.
And I don't actually have a Christmas movie yet or Hanukkah for next year.
I feel like that won't last.
I
That'll.
feel like I'm not really. I'm sure it'll be fine. It's so early, but like I don't technically have one of those yet, so we'll see.
Can I recommend Mr. Santa?
Sure.
Santa
Claus, the Santa Claus.
Yeah.
But it sounds like floss, and then I'm picturing Santa like Santa Claus. That's what I'm picturing.